as I roamed around the sea. A big ray for gravity. Closer for Anahita, partner, semicolon 3 to Sigma, interface for Platinum, and a journey through the fog by Hatchie. What? So the sequel begins? We continue on? Over 30 years, bro. This level, this amazing sequel to a level that I generally did not like at all, but I wanted to beat it because, well, that was the first extreme I beat with Epic, because I thought it would be nice to be like, well, you know, this is the guy that brought me to where I am, so why not be an extreme just to see what it's like to beat it. I don't think that's going to be happening now. It would be cool for him to watch this in real time, but I don't think that's happening. And not especially since now this level is officially rated. Oh my god, the quality looks so different on all these, bro. This is just unreal to look at. Gravity is rated. I never thought about going for it. It generally looks like a really good sequel. Personally, I generally think this looks really cool, but never thought about going for it since I did not want this to feel like a re-experience again of Moment. Even if it's not the same, I feel like I would have enjoyed this a lot more. But now, I feel like since it's rated, and I did check it out earlier just to see how fun it was, and wow, it has changed a lot. It's a really good sequel to this is literally the best thing ever. So, we are going to try it. And you're gonna get orbs. We're getting orbs for this level. Holy crap, this is a rare sight that no one's gonna see ever. If you told someone that has been in this level that you're gonna get orbs from this in the future, they'd be like, nah bro, it's been 3 years. But no, you're getting orbs for this. I'm generally not sure why this wasn't rated when it at least came out. Cause like, look at this, bro. It looks amazing. It even went through a bunch of updates to even be even better than it was before. That did not seem right. So I guess since it's now actually rated and probably more fun than it was originally with the nerfs and whatnot for this level, and because it has a bigger satisfying factor than Moment, like, I'm not even gonna judge that at all. This is way more satisfying in every shape, way, and form. I guess it's time to finally beat it. Too early. That doesn't mean the waves are all gonna be that easy, but they are definitely way more satisfying to pull off and actually feel good to play, so that's definitely going to make this more enjoyable to actually play and get better at, of course. Also, I don't think a single person is going to ask this question, but I'm sure I'll just say it anyways because no one would even understand. This is not my up arrow key, this is my W key, and I'm actually playing this with my left hand because why not? And also, playing on mouse is just terrible, so I'm not going to do that. I still haven't adjusted back to my index finger on mouse, so that's not a good thing. So I'm just going to use my left hand instead. No crazy thing about it, it's just me playing with my left hand, and that's it. Nothing is going to be changed. Is that a bug? Maybe you just hold from earlier, then it'll work? Yeah, that's what you do. Okay, it's fine. The amount of quality of life updates to this level is just perfect. I think originally that glow effect was not supposed to indicate the orb. I think it was literally just a flash into the transition, which I guess could have been a confusing thing, but I guess it would rely on muscle memory anyways. But that just feels nice, so then you won't have to fully just rely on it every single time, just in case you fail there most of the time, since it's a transition, and most of the time that's a big problem for a lot of people. So this level really does look out for every nook and cranny, which is amazing. I just realized that's a 2.2 font. I noticed from the attempt count, I guess they wanted to do something different than just like the old-fashioned fonts that you get to see in 2.1 like in almost every level. It actually looks really nice. Dang, okay. Very far into the level, holy crap. We got through the first drop. Also, one thing I really like is that this level is like short and sweet, even though it's like still like around a minute long and to the point with all the parts. I guess that would technically mean that the ending is like much longer, which I have no idea what people would consider ending as. Like Prismatic Haze has like an ending that's at like 64, which is, I don't know if that qualifies as the ending, but okay. It works with the song, which would make a lot of sense. Also, something about the ending, since that's been a big problem and moment, the ending in this is actually not impossible. I mean, it's probably still like the hardest part by a little bit. There's not really a hard part in general, since like I think this level tries to be well balanced in a way to not make this overly difficult and just like inconsistent because of multiple choke points. So I think that's a better idea. There's no annoying first click in the beginning, and there's actually gameplay to make this part hard, but it's not too hard to be annoying. Like that's just literally what this level is. It's just hard, so you can enjoy it. Okay. Okay. See, the problem is that I didn't expect to get here, but I literally got there, so halfway done, I guess.
How's it come?
It's everything.
Everything.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I can tell, yeah.
Zach and Rubik's are trying to do Gravity and Deathlink in celebration of it getting rated.
Rubik's has been in it before?
Yes.
Okay.
I have, I got 260% or whatever.
Oh yeah, we already know that. I don't need to ask you if you'd be in it.
Although according to GD, Zach has not completed it because they uncompleted it in the game.
Oh yeah, I uncompleted the level hoping I could get orbs again, but
Bro, it doesn't. No, you have to do it raw. Raw? You have to do it unplayed. That's the only way.
Whenever I used to play this level, the hardest part was the wave, the longest wave in the moment ship.
Did you beat it pre-nerf?
Wait, it got nerfed?
Why did it get nerfed?
Well, it got a 2.2 update to make it better, and
I beat it in
such.
2.2.
I beat it in 2.1.
I think there's a difference.
There was a point in
Right
time
here.
where gravity looked really ugly, but they fixed it. They added some deco that was so to try and get it rated, and they just removed it instantly.
They added garbage to get it rated? What does that mean?
Well, no. They tried making it look better, but in the process made it so much worse.
The lore of this level goes so deep.
I'm so happy it's fine. It finally happened. I didn't think it would ever happen. I truly believed that it would never get rated.
But no, now the best sequel in the game is finally rated, which it needed to be.
Why am I done here? I don't.
Why are you still issuing it my choke point?
I
That's
don't know.
mine.
I don't usually.
You
steal
can't.
them.
What?
Because we have different choke points on this level. Like
That's
we struggle.
weird. How
Like,
does that work?
Rubik struggles with like the third wave of the drop.
All waves
and
are
I
hard.
struggle with
Like
the second last one before the drop.
they're all hard though. So like, what do you mean share choke or like you're replacing choke? That doesn't make any sense.
There are things that I struggle with that Zach doesn't, and there are things that Zach struggles with that I don't.
I don't know how hard this is.
This is hard at the moment, in my opinion.
In my opinion, I agree.
Is there more people like in your friend group that's being Gravity and like say other
Yeah.
things?
The entirety of Team Awesome Source is beating Gravity.
That's what I thought. I just had a feeling.
So many people in my friend group have been Surge of the Shield. It's
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not even a good one. For my clan as well, I guess like the level that all of us have technically been, I think there's like 2 people that technically haven't been it because I don't think they really played GD, was Raid Demon.
Why?
There was like, it's a good level, come on. Don't knock it till you try it.
Epic in my opinion. But, you know,
Yeah, like, not
just
even
happy it got
biased, I
rated.
genuinely think it's epic rated.
the same. I'm just happy it got rated at least though.
It's one of the most clean levels ever.
It's so cool. It's so fun. I love playing this level.
Let's collect my orbs from new rated level.
Yeah, you're gonna collect them from Flame Wall. That's
I
what
thought
you
it was
collect
never.
them.
I legitimately thought it was never gonna get.
Yeah, I had lost hope.
Hope should never be lost.
Guys, never give up.
Never give up.
I think I'm gonna
Quite
be
a
on the
bit higher.
leaderboard with 92 and nothing else.
So you're saying that you're gonna disappear from the leaderboard?
Maybe.
There's literally gonna be
You
30
know what?
victors
You
by
beat it.
3
it's
days.
crazy.
Oh my god, I keep feeling the UFO more. Okay, that's not bad at all. Also, why am I lagging there? Whoa. No. That's a horrible fail. I've never had that happen ever. Oh no. Oh no, not the random spikes that exists. No. If there literally is something that had to not change from this whole entire thing, is that I go from literally like the first part of the drop, well, this time it's not the drop, it's just like getting to the second half, I guess. And for some reason, I just fail at the like last part. That fail is not gonna feel right if I'm still stuck on this for a long while. So like, because of that, I probably was like dead at the straight fly unless I was actually about to transition to it properly. But that's still horrible of a fail. Like, I've never done that ever, of course. Like, what a surprise. All the fails that are new best are stuff that I have not done before, which is so infuriated every single time. I clicked as early as I humanly can, dude. That's so messed up. Early. Oh, fuck me. It's just that every single time I get to the drop or the second drop, it's all been fails of the wave, so it's just making me more and more infuriated because that's literally the only thing that's making this hard for no reason. My finger just wanted to give up. It clicked, by the way, so I don't even know what to tell you anymore. Again. Yeah, I'm done. I'm hoping that I can just finish this tomorrow, man. Like, that was horrible just to experience all of that, just to be failing at the ending like that for no reason. Well, I made a mistake. Okay, never mind. What the fuck was that? So it's objectively impossible. So dumb. Oh my god! I clicked objectively. I would have not failed if I actually knew how to play the f***ing game. Unbelievable. You know, I'm impressed with one thing. That. Whatever that thing was. Oh no. Oh, are you fucking serious? All these people have probably been in already. I don't know why people do that. Just keep yourself on the leaderboard. That was so annoying. Gravity, the sequel to Moment, and of course one of the longest extremes to stay unrated for a really long time, but it's finally rated. I generally think this level's super awesome. For a sequel, it does an incredible job to make Moment what it should have been originally, by making it feel not just only a hard challenge, but a pretty satisfying hard challenge with really good gameplay elements and making it super fair across the entire level. Honestly, I never intended to go for Gravity at some point, not only because it was unrated, but with my history of Moment, I didn't want this to become another experience like Moment where I would not like it as much and it just wouldn't be as fun like Moment. But I'll get into why I think Gravity is much better and that I'm glad to do it now. Back then, I didn't have many extremes completed. Most of them that I played would probably take the same amount of time, if not a decent chunk, since I kept jumping around different types of difficulties of levels. Since there weren't that many extremes and all of them had this big difficulty gap, even though sometimes it just felt like I could beat them much faster than easier levels, so sometimes the easier ones take much longer than I think, and then the harder ones go much faster than I think. It's a weird, complicated time when I only had like 20 extremes. I did this for my 25th extreme. I thought it'd be really fun to beat a easy-ish extreme or a decently hard extreme in a call, and obviously that is a big mistake on my part for limiting the amount of time playing a certain level that I could definitely beat at a fast pace, but because of the time limitations I forced onto myself, it made it way harder to actually finish the level. It just wasn't a good idea. But that doesn't mean that I like Moment at all. It's far from that. I don't think Moment is even remotely good of a level. It could be. It's far from worse, if anything. But Moment is one of those levels that during that time when multiple extremes were getting released and whatnot, it was very obvious that a lot of skill-based extremes always had that one game mode that was completely harder than the rest of the other parts of the level or every other game mode combined. It should be a little bit obvious of where I'm going with this. The wave game mode has eventually started to become a big skill ceiling for a lot of people, and most of the levels that were getting released that were completely unbalanced had unforgiven wave parts that were not completely balanced to the level at all, because every other game mode felt like the same difficulty, which is really disappointing in all honesty. I wasn't a fan of the wave becoming the main source of difficulty when it wasn't balanced compared to the rest of the level. That just felt a bit shameful for the gameplay and having a satisfying experience with playing a really challenging skill-based level, you know? I wasn't a fan of that at all. Obviously, a Moment, it wasn't just the waves that were stupidly hard. There were some ship parts that were very awkward in some cases, but most of the time, the ships were more balanced to every other part that isn't a wave in that level. But even with that, my experience was a huge mess. When I got to the fast ship, which is the second half of the level in Moment, and keep in mind the second half in Moment is probably much harder than the rest of the level. I failed at like the second or third click in the ship, which pretty expected, normal progress when getting there. And then when I got there again, I went all the way to the very end of the level and failed at the last couple clicks and got 88. What a surprise. I could have beat the level really quickly or get extremely lucky. Nope. I have to fail at the very end, which, to be fair, 88 is such a terrible choke point. I believe it's the wave part at the very end. Not good at all, but because of that, I spent way longer failing at so many parts in the second half. It was becoming very unfun to play. All the choke points in the beginning with the wave and all that didn't make it any more fun in general. And of course, I failed at the last click at 89. What a surprise there. That click is also pretty bad. Probably not as bad as 88, but oh my god, it was just not good. No good. So yeah, really obvious that I don't like Moment. It was not a great level. I beat it on an easier version as well. A lot of these levels got updates, so it should be realistically better, but for Moment it just didn't make any of it better. even if it removed a couple things to make it less awkward, it just wasn't that good at all. Fast forward to now, where Gravity finally gets rated. Everyone is so happy, everyone's excited. Literally 50 people within an hour just beat the level. I think this level right here is probably the fastest or the most amount of people that have beaten it once it gets rated very fast. 50 people within an hour. I don't know if there were some people that already have beaten it and just didn't add themselves into the leaderboards or whatever, but regardless, 50 people, that's a lot of people. That's crazy. And I thought, you know what, it finally got rated, I should give it a chance. And you know, now it's a good opportunity to include this as a past for a moment, and just to see how much has changed for Gravity itself. And yeah, it does a way better job. The gameplay is so much better. There are still some stupid choke points. Some of the waves are still much harder than the rest of the levels sometimes, but I think they play way better and have much better skill to it than Moment had, which is awesome. But from my experience of Gravity, this feels way similar experience-wise to Moment, and you're gonna see why. In the video, as you saw, I get to the second half for the first time, failed pretty early on. Makes sense, got there for the first time, you can't expect too much. And then, I get there again. I go all the way to the end, and I'm sure you know where this is going at this point. You probably saw it. Failed at the last couple clicks. Very last straight fly. Holy crap. I experienced the same exact thing in Moment. That wasn't scripted either. This experience alone, this genuinely feels like the most unreal, scripted type of thing to even happen, because this is the sequel to Moment. I got the same exact experience like I did many years ago. It was a little different. I think this one was a bit better, since I definitely had better consistency on this than I did on Moment. But it's still insane that I had to pretty much get the same exact experience as I did the first time I had it, and I don't know how I can even explain it. It just feels so scripted that it had to happen. I really wanted to enjoy it into its fullest, but it was really hard when I wasn't playing at my best. I mean, I kind of was. I was getting so consistent, getting to the ending a lot, which I think is a lot better. I got to the ending way more, which is great. I don't know if I got to the ending that much in Moment. I don't remember. I don't want to remember my Moment experience. It was pretty bad. But still, I didn't want to get super unlucky like I did the first time. But it just had to happen with Gravity, unfortunately. I still think it's a really fun level, though. If there was a replayable level that you could just play over and over again, it'd be this. I think this one definitely has the best replay value of any extreme or any level in the game, which is awesome. I highly recommend this. If you even done Moment as well, like, for a sequel, there is no competition. This is awesome. This does a way better job. There's no arguing there. Nothing can ever top a good sequel like this. This was amazing in every way, and I'm glad that it finally got rated after so long. I probably would have done this at a different time, but since it got rated, it was a perfect moment to share this for this special occasion. Thumbs up. Definitely give this a try if you're in that skill range. It's around the same difficulty. It is mixed between if this is harder or easier. I don't remember where I put it. It's next to Moment for sure, but whether it's harder or easier, that's for you to decide. Next time on the 12 Demons of Christmas, Will You Remember Me? Being angry is a part of your memory. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, this was bound to happen at some point. Spoiler alert, this one is really bad. I'll see you there.